Thanks for checking out Scotty's Hobbies. You have stumbled upon part 3 of my fuel pump assembly replacement on a 2004 Dodge Ram with a 4.7 liter engine. But this procedure should be the same for many models and engine sizes as well. This one is a 26 gallon tank, but I believe the larger tank should be similar too. So this might help you out with a wide variety of vehicles. This video right here is from part 2 of my multi-part series, where we are cleaning the area around the hole where the fuel pump assembly is going to drop into. Where the O-ring or the gasket sits, you want to make sure it's clean and free of any debris before you put it down. You don't want anything in there, dust, particles, dirt. If you get any type of gap, you're going to get an evap leak, and then it's going to become a pain in the butt to figure out where it is to fix the problem. So make sure it's clean, 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 clean. Here is the O-ring, or the gasket, whatever you want to call it, O-ring, for the fuel pump assembly. Don't put anything on it to hold it down. If you do need to put something on it to hold it down, use some petroleum jelly as such, or something like it. Don't use anything with an additive in it though. That could get in the fuel system. Petroleum jelly could be eaten up by the fuel and go through the fuel filter just fine. Alright, now we're on to getting the fuel pump installed. Here's the whole assembly. We're going to go ahead and drop it in. You can see how high the bed is. With the bed this high, it gives me plenty of room to reach the pump in, get it completely vertical, straight up and down, and slide right into the tank. You can see it's already in the tank right there. For videography's sake, we're going to get you a better look. Like I said, with the tank so high, you got to fish your fuel tank level sensor in, which is really easy, and drop the assembly in the rest of the way. Just make sure it goes flat down. What I ended up doing was getting some petroleum jelly and lightly applying it to the ring of the fuel pump assembly that is sliding into the tank right now. Make sure you take note of where your discharge on the fuel pump was and the electrical connection was, and install it the same way that you removed it. You're going to use one hand to push down on the pump itself. Make sure it fits right. Get this ring setting off to the side. You're going to want to push the pump up and down a couple times. Don't do it vigorously or hard to break anything. Just make sure you get a nice fit. Just make sure it's comfortable. That's all you want to do. So like I said, you're going to push it down. Grab the lock ring right here. Slide it over the fuel pump assembly. Just get it to where the tabs push through. Make sure you check out ScottiesHobbies.com too while you're taking a look at this video. And check out part 1, 2, and I believe 4. So now we have the ring just on there. I held it down with my left hand, spun the ring a little bit with my right hand just to get it to go under the tab. Now I'm going to get that 1/2 inch angle iron that I used to remove the ring. Same thing as removing it, you're going to find the notches on the outer edge of the ring and knock on those. Do not hit the tabs. Take some concentration. Make sure that it locks into place. Took me a few times to hit it, double check, hit it and double check. I don't want to break anything, but this angle iron worked out really good. I believe it's about a 4-foot piece. I'm able to hit the ring from outside of under the bed. Right here you'll see the ring go ahead and twist and snap right into place, or lock into place. That's just hitting it, make sure it locks all the way. Right there, you can see it locked all the way. It just spun down, or locked down, from the tab. Here you can see how I'm using the angle iron to hit that ring. I'm completely from under the bed itself. I use this sledgehammer and a mallet. Don't go all crazy. Go ahead and remove your dust cover now and install or click on the hose that goes up to the fuel injection system. Make sure you have it routed right. There's clips right on, you don't have to do anything else. Same thing here is the electrical plug. You can see that it's broke, so make sure you check out my other videos on how to replace that pigtail. I'll have that coming up real soon. We're just plugging it in right now to make sure everything works. Now that you have the power connected and the hose going to the fuel injection system, go ahead and prime it, turn the key to the on position, and go ahead and start it up to see what happens. Sounds like crap, but it's running. That's what we were looking for. Now you can see how high the bed is. We had to remove the two hoses coming from the filler neck going down to the tank and the breather. I'm going to go ahead and do that in part 4. I just wanted you to see how much room we needed to actually get the tank out and back in. So the bed is actually up about at least 12 inches, 14 inches. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, about 12 inches. But it needs to be this high. Make sure you have those retaining bolts on the other side, and make sure you check out part 1, 2, and 4 of my other videos. These are the hoses that we're going to reinstall shortly on part 4 while we lower the bed back into place. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Check out ScottiesHobbies.com, and I'll see you on the next hopefully helpful video.